was looking at a fan. It was summer, and I was keep looking at it. That like some miracle happens, and it just turned on because I was a bit lazy and tired that I could not switch the fan on. So after that, I was wondering that if I can wirelessly turn on and off this fan. At that time, I was in fifth standard, maybe. So I started looking on the technologies available in the world and how I can do this. So my first project I created when I was 10 years old was a TV remote controlled home automation system where I can turn on and off the fan, lights with any TV remote which you can find. So after that, my journey was started. There was no stopping me. I completed 42 projects, 8 robots, 5 drones. When I was 12 years old, I reached that milestone. And the robots were the machines which can help us in daily lives and which can help you clean the house, make some reminders, and that kind of things. But I wanted to do something which creates a big impact into the society. So one day in July 2015, I seen a video in YouTube where our soldiers were detecting the landmines. It was explosives buried into the ground. They were looking for it, and they got some of the landmines, but suddenly one landmine exploded because that was not detected by the metal detector because it was made from plastic. So many soldiers were died and injured of this thing. So after that, this made me thinking that why there is no such technology available in the world. So I started searching on Google. I found that there is only metal detectors, GPRs kind of thing, which has so many disadvantages where our soldiers needs to go there and they need to find the landmines by their risk of the life. After that, that idea came into my mind that if that is not possible to create something where the soldiers don't need to go to detect the landmines or remove it. So I approached many companies. I was in 8th standard that time. I approached to many chief executive level officers into many organizations. I proposed my idea to them that I want to build something, if you can help me out to create something which can remove this problem in entire world. So they refused me and told me that you are still a kid, go first and study, watch cartoons, and you can't do it. Because there is more than 60 years, many scientists and researchers are trying to develop something which can detect and destroy landmines, but they failed. And they just got some of the things, and this is the thing which you are seeing right now is GPR metal detector. So you can't do it. First study, complete your PhDs, and then you can start your research, then come back to me, I'll help you. So that little moment discouraged me a lot, but that never backed me. I started my own company. I was the only employee of the company because I come from a middle-class family. My father is an accountant doing a job in a private company, and my mom is a housewife. So I started that company. I started researching on all kinds of things, basic electronics, advanced automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, Internet of Things, neural networking, C, C++, PHP, Java, Python, MySQL, and more than 37 programming languages I mastered and started my career into hardware, softwares, and embedded. I completely learned all of this by myself from internet, reading books. I still don't have any mentors who can teach me into the technology. Thank you. So after learning all of this, I started making prototypes of the particular project which can help us solve the landmine problem, because it's a global problem. If you don't know, there is over estimated 110 million active landmines buried under the ground, which are active right now into the world. And to remove every single mine in the world, it takes 33 billion US dollars of cost to remove all of this. And there is also a major risk of lives. So I started working on this prototype. I was working on a robot, but then I think that if you want to wirelessly do it, let's start with a drone. So I started working on drone, learned all the aerodynamics, algorithms, maneuvers, aircraft designing. After learning all of this, I started building this. I created some of the experiments which we can detect the landmines. We can use some of the spectrums, wavelengths, where we can find some of the beds of the explosive traces. So my first prototype was a big fail. After that, I learned so many things. I failed 17, 18 times. I completed my second prototype. It was a huge success. After that, I finally completed the final detection model of the landmine detection technology in the third prototype, which was showcased to the government people, the army, and we created the fourth prototype into the sector, which was selected in USA to demonstrate that technology. And right now, our current prototype, which we developed, is the sixth prototype, which can not only detect the landmines, but it can also destroy the landmines in real time without any human risk. So, thank you. So we met many Indian Army people, CRPF, South Korean Army. We signed MOU with all of them, Tanzanian government, Middle East, etc. And after completing this project, completing the sixth prototype of this, the Army, the defense parameters needed 56% of accuracy IPR into APS sector. We were targeting to deliver 70% of the accuracy, but our sixth prototype in all tests average made 93% of accuracy in one round. Thank you. Thank you so much. So right now we are in the sixth prototype. We have made partnerships all over the world, more than 7 countries. Now we are a global organization, proudly we can say that. And we presented this idea to many organizations, many army institutes, and they were just in shock because we are using this technology, and we are proudly can say that we are the first person in the world to develop this kind of technology which can detect all kind of explosives, APM, ATM, in whichever field, plastic, metal, and we are the first person from India or from the world. We are the first Indian to do it, and we are proudly say that that India has suddenly changed the technological era and revolutionized the technology into defense sector for sure. So our project got many big awards. Some of them includes International Peace Award. We are the first one from the Asia to get this International Peace Award from a Nobel laureate, President of Costa Rica, Mr. Oscar Arias. Also, we got Shining World Invention Award for exceptional technologies, and many other recognitions we made. One of our sixth prototype was pre-launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Israeli Prime Minister Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, who was really surprised by looking this technology, and it was a very shock moment for them that they speak about our project in 2 of their speeches in Ahmedabad and in Mumbai, and they were like telling that I learned 3 things from India. First is the history of Mahatma Gandhi. Second is the culture and transformation into Indian economy. And third is the exceptional technology from rural area in India, developed exceptional technology into defense sector, into aerospace sector, and proudly we can say that India-Israel relationship can be longer with these three things. So now, at this point, we can see it like it becomes reality. But in the beginning, it was nothing. Many people ask me that how you did it, why we can't do it, why there are so many failures into the making of it, why we are facing so much hurdles in making into it. So the only thing I want to tell them is it was impossible for the world. Many people told me this is impossible for you, you can't do it, you are still a kid, but we did it. And if I can do it, then you definitely can do it. And nothing is impossible in the world. If you really want to do something, if you have a passion, if you have determination, and if you really want to make a dent into the society, create an impact, and revolutionize the technology, then you definitely can do it. After that, we started this initiative. We got many problems in the beginning because as from a middle-class family, we can't borrow much amount of money to create this project. So at that time, there was no source of income for me. So when I was in 8th standard, I started teaching the students of B.Tech and M.Tech of engineering to get some of the income. Thank you so much. Because I didn't get any mentor in the beginning, so I was like, I'm currently a mentor in more than 10 universities, including IIT Bombay, South Korean University. Thank you. So all I wanted to say is you can definitely do it. There is no thing which can lead to failures. I don't see failure as a failure because there are an opportunity to change yourself. There is an opportunity which you can definitely shape yourself into. From the failures, you can learn so many things, and you can create that failures, because if you have more failures, then you will succeed for sure into a big round, into a big impact. So currently, right now, we have completed the 6th prototype of the technology, and after completing this, we are into finalizing the seed round of funding. We are looking forward for the investment into the company, and hopefully we'll finalize this thing. And my one and only dream is to complete this project, give it first to India, and give it to the global society, and make the world a safe place. Thank you so much.